Come on, hurry up. We've got a very large strafe, 3 rows of IPA bags. We will manually light the 4 prosthetics, who will be leant over in our sort of standard fashion. It's the sudden feelings of pain, trying to feel the humanity of people on fire, rather than 1990s. No circular windmills, please. Okay? So, well, good luck, and we'll go down there and we'll get it done.
Let's go!
For the moment, and it's going to be.
So just because we're going to be running all day.
Good morning, everyone. Our dragons will enter from the sky over there. Caraxes will land over where Matt is.
Dragons, dragons, dragons everywhere. I've never seen so many big dragons on screen. It's insane.
My brain kind of exploded because we were going to have 4 dragons fight.
This is the biggest dragon set piece I think we've done today. It's certainly the most dragons we've ever had in one singular scene. So it's very exciting to be here and to be a part of this.
In this episode, Daemon is on a mission to find Rhaenyra. He ultimately finds her in a big open field, and she is with Sheep Stealer.
He does not heed me!
And then, out of nowhere comes
Roar!
Rhaenyra and Adam.
We knew in the writers' room we were going to have a huge dragon fight. But of course, we've seen dragons fighting before in House of the Dragon. So we wanted to do something a little different. And we had never seen a dragon fight on the ground.
The aerial battles feel much more elegant, graceful, whereas this is just a nasty, biting, nails and eye gouging kind of fight. The real concept of this was basically to have our 4 characters in a Godzilla movie, where you have these giant kaiju who are stomping around, swishing tails and flapping wings.
So when you have 4 dragons in a field, all moving, all at the same time, it's very challenging to keep everybody aware of where all the dragons are and where to look. So we had to work out all the eye lines for the actors to know where the dragons were at any time and to react as such.
I just asked that. We were going there, but is actually why did it need to be where that helicopter is, yeah?
Well, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got Callum, who's standing in for our dragon. So we can position him based on the anatomy of the dragon, knowing that the head will be in the right place when we put the whole thing in.
Dottie really is quite the visionary, especially when it comes to the dragons. He has an understanding of them that blows my mind.
We'll basically take a storyboard and create a previs from that.
Rhaenyra, move!
Then we import that into the Cyclops.
Cyclops is an augmented reality app where we can overlay our CG dragons and environments onto the real world. We scan all of our locations digitally, and we were able to do a virtual version of that location. And so it enables the director to sit in our office and to put cameras on the virtual location. We couldn't operate without it, particularly from the actor's perspective. The scale of our environments is so large that it's hard for an actor to understand the dragon that's in front of them is the size of a 747. So these apps really give a sense of that scale.
We had the Cyclops on the day, and we could walk around and oh look, here is correct. He said, you don't stage the cameras necessarily for what you see. It's you kind of need to set them up for what's going to be there. It's a lot better than kind of waving your hands around and describing what you imagine is there,
Nakiri Karaxis!
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's
I think it's
awesome.
Cool.
Once we have it planned, that's it. Because they're such big beasts, you can't really reimagine it on the day. Then the whole thing starts to unravel.
Dragons are massive. When they move,
The ground is moving.
And then after the dragon fight, we figured out where all the actors fit inside of that fight.
Sea smoke comes in and he bites sheep stealer.
The thing you forget when you're shooting those dragon sequences is that they are actors in the scene too.
2 eyeline poles, probably. Get the eyeline poles here so they can react to the 2 dragons doing something.
Hi, I'm Courtney. I am part of the VFX team. I'm one of the dragon puppeteers.
Let's get ready to start rehearsing, please.
We're about to start rehearsing.
And then the other thing that was very helpful is Dottie's team dressed in these blue suits with this giant dragon head. And we often put them in for eyeline or just to be behind them so we can see how much of them they're gonna be in the shot at any time. And they are true artists because they had those suits on for the whole entire week.
All right, dragon time.
I've actually especially liked watching when Callum's been doing his dragoning alone. He did it last season, so seeing him sort of like really take it upon himself and, you know, doing some of the dragoning on his own has been like lovely for me to watch because this is his passion. He's a proper nerd with it all.
You look like a Ninja Turtle, but blue.
It's always good to interact with the cast and have something to feed off rather than just, you know, me in the head doing the movements. If I've got somebody there, that's good. It's tougher than it looks, genuinely. It's the weight, yeah.
Getting attacked by bugs in here.
Save me from the heat.
I can't actually see anything. I have to go by what I can feel. And anything I can see just below me there.
You first, you first.
So good.
Oh, now I've got to live up to that.
You got to live up to it.
And we walked into this location, I saw the various layers, and I said, it's a fantastic place for the fight. Yes, it's difficult to get to, but it is so good for the storytelling because there were natural points of landing for dragons and a tremendous cross-cut of angles and things to do.
I'm genuinely not surprised that the Welsh national symbol is the dragon, because when you see those huge spines of mountains, it's exactly the animal that's conjured. That landscape lends such reality and legitimacy, and so you suddenly get a sense of the scale of the realm, which I think lends the drama scale too.
Just a quick note, safety notes here. This zone is kind of full of ticks. I highly recommend wearing long pants.
Oh, what a nightmare.
We shot that scene on a bog. The ground was so uneven that people could not walk on it without falling over. And so it had wonderful madness, leagues away from the machinery of working in the studio.
That sort of moment, filmically, is a pain to film. It's a very technical exercise. It was just again. I wish I could tell you it was a wonderful day on a film set. It wasn't. It was a fucking misery because it was just repetitive. And then you've done a scene sort of a million times and you're like, by the end of it, you don't know what I can't think straight.
I've lost my mind.
It's going to feel like a great big operatic, dragon-based bit of drama, which will be great. You trust the technicality of the filmmakers and the process and know that eventually that's going to turn out to be something really exciting to watch. But to film, it was painful.
It was just one of those moments where you take a step back, look at your surroundings and see what you're involved in. Yeah, it was amazing for me.
It was the funnest time ever. It was like a delusionally silly time. It's really great.
Aegon and Highland decide they need to get out of Rook's Rest. So we're following their journey until Mooton's army is coming towards them. The Mooton army scene we shot over the course of 3 night shoots. We knew we were gonna have to use lighting effects for most of it, and then we would bring the fire aspect back to the backlot where we would shoot all the elements of the fire, and then Dottie and his team would then take over and add those elements into the scene that we shot on location. Aegon had this huge scene in which he had to literally be screaming out to an army of thousands.
Behold me now! I am Aegon Targaryen!
He was very excited about the scene. It was a very emotional scene for him.
It was a big outburst, a big mess. It was like someone had let the dam crumble and just gallons of water just gushed out. I was trying to imagine it sort of sweeping down the hill and sweeping this army away. It was all the tension, all the pressure that Aegon had felt building up inside him this entire time. What does a man feel when he's got nothing to lose? It's like, this is my last moment. I'm not going to be shy about it.
The warrior's sword! Line. Fucking line.
The warrior's sword will be judgment upon you.
Thank you. The warrior's sword will be judgment upon you.
Tom came to me at the beginning of the first night and he was like, I probably only have like 8 takes in me, period. And when you watch the scene, you see he is literally giving it 120%.
When we saw him giving the speech to the Moutons, everybody had goosebumps because it was so powerful.
Made me sort of go, yeah, we can take him. You tell him. It's 2 to 500.
Going for it, yeah. That's why you get an actor like Tom Glynn-Carney. He goes for it.
I threw my guts into it and ended up losing my voice and throwing up at the end of the day, which was not the intended reaction. But it was great.
Basically what happened is you see the dragon and you're like, oh fuck, very slowly backing up.
But now you see me as I truly am! Dreadful in vengeance, righteous and glorious!
There was a man in a blue suit. He was scary. That's worse than a dragon at night. A man in just a blue jumpsuit with a blue tennis ball.
There's a lot riding on me getting the right positions for the eye line, otherwise it's not looking in the right place. Just want to get it right at the best time. And I'm tired.
Sunfire coming back is a miracle. All the worries that Aegon has had about being powerless have dissipated. He's back on, but more glorious than ever, really. And then...
Dracarys.
That was a different level of Dracarys.
Rowley came up with an idea. Let's burn 23 people.
Very fortunate to have had the opportunity back on season 7 to do 20 guys, which was the first time we achieved that. And then season 8, we did 22 guys twice. So this season, when the Mouton host sequence came up, it called for a big burn. It called for 20 guys.
Oh, he drives me insane, Rowley. He just brings up these ideas, and all he's got to do is bring a stunty in and put it in place, and I've got to make it work.
And so I looked at that and was like, yeah, it was just, the cheeky part of me looked at that and went, oh, okay, well, that's very close to 22, 23. So I went to Kevin Delanoy, our executive producer, and just said, you know, this 20-man burn. He was like, yeah. I said, well, if we just add 3 people to that, that would be a world record. And his answer was, how much is that going to cost? Once we looked at the cost, and it wasn't insignificant, but also not insurmountable, we were like, oh, we'd quite like to do that.
So we got so excited also that we never done this before. No one has done this before. And he was so up to it that we will make it. It's gonna look amazing.
This is your background, because then what happens is you see their faces and your brain thinks that all the people behind them also don't have masks on.
It's a big thing, you know. 23 people in fire. They cannot breathe, they have to act, and then we have to kill the fire on 23 people, which is, I think, one of the most challenging part of it.
Are you happy? Yeah, I will be in about an hour. I'll be very happy.
It's super challenging when you see 23 people in one. It's like a big fireball. You don't really see who's where. So my deep nervousness was just, how are they gonna see the people in the back? How are they gonna run around and find their own people? But it went so smooth and it looked amazing.
One of the stunt people was celebrating being a new dad as he was getting like gelled up to be on fire. I was like, we should not be burning a new dad here. And it's like, no, that's how he pays for it. Because, you know, these guys get very well compensated when they go up in flames. But bless them, we couldn't do it without them.
3, 2, 1,
It doesn't matter how many times you do this, you know what you're doing and you know what the implications are if something were to go awry. But you put everything in place, everything is rehearsed, you send everybody off to get ready, and there is that moment when you turn the cameras over and you've done everything you can possibly do, but there's, you know, I wouldn't, it's not nervousness, that's the wrong word, but we never take it for granted. We make sure that we're on our A game and that we do the best we can, that everyone gets through it and does a good performance and then goes home with a big smile on their face.
Here we go. And...
Riley, do you line? So should I line up there? You hop. We are hop. Yeah.
Okay, let's line them up. Get him in it, George. Clear, clear, clear. And 3, 2, 1, and...
You have to take it forward. People have seen it all before. And especially these days, they're so demanding of shows, and there are so many good shows out there. This show is good because the story is immense, and the acting is immense, and the script writing's immense, all those things. So you are responsible to give them immense effects, as far as I'm concerned, and it's my job to do that.
We wheeled out 23 guys and lined them all up and did 23-man burn, which was very successful. One take only. Everyone was safe and happy.
Well done, guys. Well done. Excellent.
So 23 people, yes, Guinness record, we made it.
Thank you to the 23 stuntmen that risked life, eyebrows, and limb for our show, for a moment that we're all very proud of.